Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian pairs. And here, I think there's a nice setup coming here one way or the other. And from this low here, if we can see that we're going to get a 5-wave structure up into this area through here, then that will give us wave 1 here. And then we'll be looking for an A and a B and a C here for wave 2. And then we can look to add positions here. Okay, there is a possibility that wave 1 can already be in play here, and that we will see a larger correction come into play. If that is the case, that's why we'll leave the stops out of the way, because if it fails here, it will come down to roughly around this point here and then move off from there. So we really want to keep our stops out of the way and get over to this side, because if we, this is where the money comes in, because if you can get past the first major sort of correction with your position, then you're free to go after that. You've earned it, and that's what we're trying to do here at this particular point. The Australian US dollar here is setting up for a short trade here. We're seeing commodities being hit. We're seeing share markets come off. Share markets are also in a wave 4 as well. So I think that in terms of shorting, obviously you can use less money and pretty much sell anywhere and then look to add under the 70 here. That would be the way to go, okay? It is possible for this to kick back into this sort of area before we see any move down. But what I want to talk about is this particular trend line here. It's just like a normal price point trend line too, in that currently it's support. At some stage in the future, you'll see it as resistance, and that means that it will break through here and then come back up and retest it. So I think that that's, understanding that takes the heat off the moment, and it also starts to help think about positioning as well here. So like I mentioned, it's possible for to have even 5 waves down into this area here and have this as an A and a B and a C coming back up here. But either way, I think that we need to leave our stops up here out of the way here, because the potential for the downside is the risk-reward ratio is certainly worth it. And like I said too, is that we can look to add either further down here once we've got bounces and all that sort of stuff sorted out here, adding this sort of here after the support has come in, and also too more so when it does come through here and find this as the resistance here, to add more here. And sometimes it's better off sort of being a bit mathematical about it and think to yourself, well, if I've got positions running all down here, how far apart do I have them? Do I expand this in terms of, I think using a Fibonacci ratio is also quite good as well. So if you've added here and here, then start to give it more space down here. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got a ratio building in between space here, and that tends to keep the portfolio balance between profit and carrying a loss as well, because you still need to get past wave 1s and 2s on the way down. So less is more there. The other one that I wanted to have a quick look at too here, let me just find it, was this one here actually. This is the Euro Aussie here. Now it's interesting in that from here it appears that we've got like a 5-wave structure down through here, so we can get a reasonable bounce back up here, okay? But the main point here is that there can also be a short trade in the play here too, because off the low here so far, this little move here is just in 3 waves to this point here. So if that is a corrective, it's a really nice little ABC. So it's possible that can fail from there and move lower from here as well, or find support here. And this is what I wanted to talk about here, is just really trading what we see here. So at this moment on this low area here, it's very clear that we've got an A wave to here, a B wave to here, and a C wave to here. Okay, it could also be impulsive as well, but I think that that we can look to just see how we go with this market. So one of the first things is that if this is going to move down, then it's going to move through here. So this would be a trigger point here, because even at minimum, if it's still a bull market, this would still be an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave to this point here. So yeah, it would still, if it was going to be resistance here, it's going to show up here. So look, an A and a B and a C wave here, with the possible potential to really move down quite some way here. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. If this for any particular reason becomes the support here, which is just as valid here, it's just that I'm pointing out that this is an A, B, C, and it can fail from here, and then these would be your triggers through here, but you can use your own style to move into. But if this low is not broken and the support builds on here, then you know that you've got a bullish pattern, and you'll need to be long at that stage there. So it's just a breakout opportunity to either move in long or short here, based purely off the bounce off the 153 here. Okay, cheers.